August 13th, 2020 Planning Board meeting. First, I'm going to appoint Pastor Bill for as a voting member if we need to vote on something. And the first item on the agenda is conceptual discussion regarding Langtot's parking lot. I understand Kevin Leonard is here.
Yep.
Come on up and introduce yourself. And what are you talking about?
You're better off using your own, that's not on the third leg over there.
Okay. Where would you guys to set up? Is there a better place than another for you guys?
There isn't a good place.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. So you're okay?
That works great.
Okay.
Camera can't get it, but I don't know where the camera can get it. Oh, there is a good place for us.
I can move the camera, but
That's okay.
not necessary for a conceptual.
So I'm Kevin Leonard from North Point Engineering. We're the civil engineering firm working with Langtot's. They're a condominium. You're probably familiar with it. It's map 109, lot 7. It's 5.192 acres from the south side of 114. This is a rendering kind of what you have today. 50-foot setback in the front, 30 in the side and back. You got a private septic system in this vicinity. A private well on the adjacent property.
Mm-hmm.
There's no wetlands on the site. And so you got Duncan's here with the drive-through, you got Langtot's with the pumps, and then the larger building, which has got currently Subway, a daycare, and Granite State Communications. Property's tired, it's been there for a long time, the pavement's in rough shape, all the sidewalks, curbs. The condo association is looking basically to upgrade the whole grounds, concentrating on new pavement, sidewalk, curbing, and trying to improve the circulation as well. As you might remember, this was a bank,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's Dunkin's. So the drive-through limits here, the queue's not great. There's also a blind corner here. Traffic is going both ways in this location, and people are coming out of the drive-through, and there's been some near misses there.
And it backs right up to the island when you come off.
Oh, here.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So we're trying to rectify all those problems while just doing the needed maintenance that's kind of due at this point. So this is what we're talking about doing. Generally the same, as far as the entrance is the same, but all the parking over here is similar. We are trying to improve circulation and plowability. So in this version, you'll see the aisles running this way against the grain of the aisles that are running this way up top. Trying to make those run all the way through. We're also trying to move parking closer to the main building and through here, which you don't have today. It kind of helps keep pedestrians that are trying to get in here away from the drive-through traffic. We're also modifying this so that it sort of keeps the outbound drive-through traffic heading in that direction, away from sort of the parking over here and the daycare traffic that's associated with drop-offs and pickups and stuff like that. And then extending this loop, this dash line represents 200 feet, which is about 10 cars, 20 foot a car. So you're making that a better cube, more stacking there. The menu board would be moved kind of out into the island here. This would probably be designed to be kind of loading only, so deliveries and such could come in there. Kind of isolate those movements. Right now that's all congested on top of each other. Update landscaping, lighting, all the things you'd want to do as part of a facelift of the whole property. We are eliminating, it's kind of this remote lot down here that really doesn't get much use. It's kind of an arm that is kind of odd. And so we're eliminating that, which is sitting here, more green space. And we're generally, there's a lot of width between some of the aisles, and we're sort of just tighten everything up to kind of modern standards, increase as much green space as we can, helps kind of offset for the increase in impervious area in this area. So we haven't done a formal calculation, but I think we're close to, net zero or a minor increase in impervious, if anything. So we're kind of the break in front of the board. If it was just a parking lot resurfacing kind of grant curve project, it might not even fall in the purview of the planning board. It sort of varies from board to board. We're doing a project similar to this in Bedford, and they deemed it an administrative approval type of project. One thing that's different about this this project is we are modifying the drive-through. We're trying to improve it.
You're changing the circulation quite a bit.
What's that?
You're changing the circulation quite a
Yeah,
bit.
we are.
right?
We're trying to make positive.
Which I think is a good idea. Don't get me wrong.
But I think that's in the scope of work for site plan.
Mm-hmm.
I think it mentions circulation.
Obviously, we make all the parking meet current dimensional standards. All the ADA parking, we try to get closer to the doors. Right now, this parking's over in here, we're trying to get closer. Right now, and from the old bank setup, there's steps there at the front door. We're gonna change the grade so you don't have that, so it's more kind of pedestrian friendly. And also easier to maintain in the winter and stuff.
So you're gonna elevate the parking lot there in front of
We envision just, you only
Little
gonna
ramp
come up a
there.
step or two, so you just
Yeah.
taper it up and taper it down.
Okay,
It won't be a drastic change kind of to the bigger picture, but
It's just one step, I think.
is it 2 or 3 steps? Maybe?
One,
One?
at the curb.
Okay.
no, there's another one, I think there's
I think there's 2.
two,
In
yeah.
the building, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, oh, yeah, because it comes up
I've
like
never been
this.
there, but from memory, try to
Yep.
walk
You've
around.
never been there and you're doing this from memory? How do you do that?
Huh? I've never been in the, I should say, I've never been in the Dunkin's. I've been on the property, obviously, yeah.
I drove by, that's it.
Remote memory, okay.
Yeah.
Where do you have the traffic coming out of the drive-through?
So the drive-through is coming through here, and then they're getting their food
Yeah.
here, and then they're coming out in this direction. And there's 2 lanes there, just like there are today, because this is more of a bypass lane right now. I think what they're gonna talk about doing is the modern Dunkin's prototype allows for a mobile order option. So there'll be probably some striping that'll merge this outer lane into the lane where you can pick up the food, because you can't get the food out here.
Right.
Yeah, because that's the tube systems out there for,
Right, but that doesn't gonna work for food.
right.
So this, in some ways, this area is kind of obsolete. But if somebody gets caught out here and doesn't want to go through the drive-through, they can get through.
Just an observation, right off the end of the Dunkin' Donuts building,
Yep.
no, the other end, you've got that pavement continuing right through there. What if you broke that?
This is actually, it's a shadow of this. This is supposed to be
No,
sidewalk.
right there, right? Move up, move up, move up. No,
The green?
right there. What if you broke that right there?
Broke.
Had the sidewalk extend to that green island. If you move your finger down the map.
Move your finger south.
Yeah.
This way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right
See
there.
that island?
And to force this traffic this way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We talked about that. And
because I've been out there and people drive all over the place out there.
we talked about that, actually. The ownership is concerned that you're central, you got traffic coming in and out, and it's gonna be on a bottleneck. By keeping this separation, you're not putting everyone in the same spot, and so they feel like this is better.
My observation is that when you're in that queue all the way out to,
Out here, yeah.
yeah, there's no rhyme or reason. You're going in, people are right in the middle,
Yeah.
right in the middle. They're not following a two-way traffic.
Which is why we're trying to get it out here.
Right, but even then, because it's come out to 114 once or twice,
Sure.
I think that what we're suggesting would be helpful, so that now you're not coming back into that incoming traffic.
Yeah.
You're coming out a different way.
You see what I'm saying?
I didn't see where.
So they're talking about closing this off, which is, I'm sure we looked at,
We didn't look at that.
so they'll funnel this traffic this way.
Right, so we did discuss that, and we thought if we directed the drive-through traffic out and making this wider around here, there'd be less stacking. We're trying to keep folks away from the daycare drop-off and the pedestrian.
Yeah, I think what you did there is great, because right now you've already got what you've done there is you've put a sidewalk, something that's not on the other plan,
Yep.
that people cut around there now, so that's good.
So you think coming out the drive-through this way?
Yeah,
Right.
Okay, and making this a sidewalk
right.
straight across,
You could put a couple
No
parking
traffic
spaces
here?
there if you wanted
I
to.
don't know about a sidewalk, I was just trying to say.
like a crosswalk?
Yeah, somewhere to break it right there, so.
You could put a couple more parking spaces there if you wanted to.
That was an option that we did discuss with the board, and,
Parking space, people wanna drive through.
you know, they just thought, they were worried if we had a crosswalk here, people would still park here and try to walk, and drive-through traffic would still come out here anyway, and we're trying to keep our pedestrians as safe as possible. We have had, like Kevin said, a few near misses, so we just thought if we directed it this way and allowing folks out that way with the cars, it would
Yeah, but I
not
think you're
encourage
almost
people to walk across.
better
that
off making
traffic.
those, the first island, when you come off 114 and take a right there, yeah, right there, if you kind of force people to go like one way there.
Make one way into the drive-through.
Right,
And then come back out this
Right,
way, one
right.
way out that way.
yeah.
You see what he's saying?
Yeah,
One way in, one.
that's
One
sort of.
way in, one way out.
You don't have to mark it on there as one way, because if people park there, they can still go out that way, but it'll force the drive-through to be one way.
Right,
Drive-through can merge back into the.
Right,
aisle,
right,
yeah.
right.
okay. Yeah, it's a great suggestion.
Because if you look at the sky view right now, all those all these parking spaces are presently there,
Yes,
but they're all worn out
they are.
because people drive.
They just drive.
I mean,
It's a-
my
it's a
son, he
very-
comes in with a trailer, he parks right there.
Yes, it's a very big, open
Yep.
space, and you see all kinds of cars and bigger vehicles parked there.
Yeah,
So,
Which doesn't necessarily, isn't depicted on, the black arrows are tend to be painted and the others are shown just for directional, but maybe we want to be more diligent about where we paint some arrows there.
directional arrows on
You
there?
know what I mean?
Yep.
So that would paint more.
Yeah, because right now, when I go there and come out the drive-through, I want to go straight. I don't want to
Yes.
turn left
Yeah, right.
and then turn right again.
Yeah.
I want to go straight.
Go straight.
but people do. Yeah,
It's a little bit of a tight spot because you're pretty, the bend corner's pretty.
Oh, yeah.
Close to the drive. and-
yeah.
But I think the parking in front of that other building is going to be tremendously helpful because right now, the way you get this picture in your head is that center section, nobody's supposed to park there except for people on the going in that building.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a misconception
Yeah.
as to where should you park and where do employees park?
Yeah,
And they do currently park out front here. This sidewalk in front of the building is quite large,
and that'll really separate the daycare traffic from Dunkin' Donuts.
which
Right.
is what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
We're trying to keep the kids safe and the drop-offs and the pickups safe. And I think it's more friendly here with the handicap spots right in front of the building for folks.
Mhm.
Right now, there's currently no parking right out front.
Right, right.
And
Are you,
daycare will-
are you gonna allow daycare to drive around the building? Parents and pick up and drop off and so forth?
Most of the drop-off is, if I'm not mistaken, is in front of this part and this part, and the intent was to have them be able to park here and drop off and then leave. Not many folks come back here, honestly, this area.
I've never seen anybody back there.
Right, I mean, a couple of our service folks from the Granite State Communications go back here, our well guy goes back here to get down to the basement, but this isn't really used by the parents now. We don't envision them using it
Okay.
in the future. This little walkway, crosswalk here, the playground
Right.
area
Yep.
is over
Yep.
here, so that's for them to be able to get over there. But the intent is for the drop-off to be out front where it currently is.
That's actually why I was asking, because I knew the play area was on the other side, and if you have a lot of traffic going by the crosswalk, kind
I mean,
of
there's
potential
like there's
conflict.
ample parking. I mean,
Oh, yeah, I don't think the parking lot's, I think it's great. I mean, I don't think it,
I skipped over the fact that we're actually increasing parking with this
I mean,
layout.
it's plenty big enough. I mean,
Yeah,
Do you know if you're having more or less spaces?
well, we have two more.
And a little bit more green space, right?
I think we're gonna end up with more green space. We haven't like officially calculated that, but
my only complaint about the existing parking is a light post right opposite the front door of Dunkin' Donuts almost.
Okay.
That's, if you're back in there with a pickup truck, I've hit it a couple times.
It's right there.
Now I know who it was.
He's not the only one I helped, right?
It's pretty close to the parking lot.
I think the intent is to update our site lighting, make it LED more efficient and
Right.
reconfigure it a little bit too. So I'm trying to do this all at once.
So that little driveway that goes to the next property is gonna be taken care of as far as green space?
The one that cuts
Shows up
across
as
the,
gravel, we were, haven't really talked about the history of that entirely, but
We haven't.
I thought there was an easement on the
I,
budding.
I thought there was too, because of the well, there's a well.
We
I
do
think I
have
was
it-
gonna leave it.
We have
but-
an
Yeah.
easement for the well. I don't think we had any in discussion of removing this.
I think that's how you get up to the well, isn't
I
it?
think, yeah,
The well's up here, but I think that is how you get up to it.
Yeah, it is, yeah,
it shows
so,
up
I've
on
never been up to where the well is.
we did, had a site plan in the abutting lot, and the road,
the well there.
Yeah.
You know, you can see the connectivity there.
right, so, yeah, I think you gotta leave that so you can get up there to get to the
Yeah,
well.
there was no discussion on removing that.
Yeah, no, yeah.
are you gonna be changing the signage?
We want to update the sign out front, clean it up and make it look better, but there was no talk about changing it to a different sign. Right now it's overgrown with shrubs and things like that, so we need to do some maintenance to that. So it's sort of all looking project all at once. But there was no discussion of increasing the size of the signage at all.
Then you mentioned updating lighting, were you gonna add lighting, or utilize what you've got, just change the fixtures, or?
I think it depends on the layout and if we needed to put some, move what's, like, there's a post,
There's a lot of lights.
there's
in the
a
lot.
light pole right here in a parking spot.
Mhm.
It's a very weird,
Yes, there is.
design, and then the new design,
We try to put, yeah.
we tried to move it, where'd you put it, Kevin? Is it
I don't have
gonna
lights
be-
on there yet, but
okay.
we envisioned putting lights, you know, here, here.
In the island
In
areas?
the
Yeah,
island
get
area,
them-
not in
Nice.
not in a parking spot,
Yeah, yeah, kinda defeats the purpose of having it in a parking spot.
yes.
Yeah. Then the flow to the gas pumps isn't, because of that other island, when you come off 114, there's really not much you can do with that.
Yeah, the intention is that, yeah, they're two-way down there by the entrance here, and then circulate out.
Yeah. No, I like it. I think it's a good thing to do there.
I think it'll look good, I think once we have the parking lot all repaved and it'll look nice.
I'm not positive, but I believe you're in the Aquifer Protection District also.
Okay,
Split that out.
The reason I say I know Safely Store across the road is because I did the site plan for Safely Store. And everybody up Otter Brook is, so that probably is, at least partially. I don't think the hill is, but the gravel at the bottom of the hill probably isn't. So therefore, you're only allowed a certain amount of impervious, 10%, your grandfathered. So if you increase it, you're gonna have to do some kind of retention for the increase in pavement, if you know what I
Yep.
mean? Like if you're 60% paved down, you're gonna go to 65, you have to do some kind of retention
To offset the difference.
for that 5%.
Yep, that makes sense.
So you're gonna check, it's just a conditional use permit through us, so it's not
Okay.
not a variance.
But if you're the
But
same,
you have lots of places to retain a little
if
water.
you keep the impervious the same, then
But it doesn't matter.
eliminate all the problems.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be the goal.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you got lots of areas to put a little retention inside the island here or there or someplace.
But there's probably spots you could make holes in the pavement too.
Oh.
To get impervious areas down,
I'm sure you can get there.
yeah.
And we don't ask for a huge drainage analysis for the,
This is pretty basic, and we're not trying to,
yeah, if you're trying to hold back
Right.
5%, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Especially if it's in the Aquifer Protection District, it's gonna percolate anyway, real quick. I like it. I like the idea of changing that one area up there by the Dunkin' Donuts, maybe now I like it.
That helps them too, they have, regulations from corporate, like how long people can be in queue, never thought about that myself
Mhm.
personally, but,
And they gotta be approaching the limits on, when the
Yeah.
line's out to the highway.
Yes, so this should help them, be a little bit more efficient, and like, they have it done, it's a science, it's amazing how, like, 4.3 seconds per car.
Well, with this COVID thing, you know, people are reluctant to go inside, so more people sit outside in the line.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, where are those four or five guys gonna sit with their, table and coffee every morning out there in the parking lot?
Oh, do they sit in the parking lot every day?
Yeah, I've seen them 3 or 4 times, quite often, I don't know about every day, but quite often. Got a little table and pickup truck and they sit there and have a
That's what they
coffee.
do.
Have a coffee in the morning.
Well, we're talking about breaking it there. They could make a pad there, put a picnic table there.
Put it right there. They can
That's
put
a
it-
good idea.
They can put it in the yard down there for this parking space too.
Okay, that's, I just want to show it to you, see if you have any input.
Appreciate it.
Well, is the question whether you're coming for a formal site plan or not? That's the question, a
That's the
formal site
question we
plan
have, so.
or just administrative.
Well, I think if he increases the impervious, they have to.
I think you have to either way.
Okay.
Changing the circulation of the parking lot pretty dramatically in a good way, but still, you're changing it quite a bit.
Okay. So we'll plan on that and we'll,
Since you came in conceptually, we can do an expedited, that kind of thing. We don't need a site walk, I don't believe. We've all been there a few times.
So expedited application?
Sure.
all right. And we'll do an analysis of the impervious area and then report back to you.
Yeah, if your purpose areas stays the same, you won't need conditional use. If you, like I said, a little increase you need it, but it's not a big deal. It's not gonna be,
Yep.
I don't want you to run the whole site through HydroCAD to come up with how big of an increase you're talking about or anything like that. Just, if you have an increase, just show a little attention once. It's gonna go here.
Understood. Yep. Okay.
We're not Bedford and VHB reviewing or anything like that.
We know all about
I
that.
know all about it.
So do I. Been there, done that.
Okay, thank you
Okay.
for your time.
Thank you.
I got
Oh, you found that little piece on the floor?
You got
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Next item on the agenda is a conceptual for Timothy Wood.
Tim?
There we go.
So I brought did you bring a big map too?
Yeah, I took the one you copied for me, I just marked it up.
I just have to let them know, I do have colored ones, but unfortunately, I don't have a color printer to make
And how'd you get the color
copies.
ones?
Because
printed them out.
they print off.
See, you don't have to buy a color
got
print.
some
Make the
additional
applicant do it.
as well.
But when I make copies, it doesn't come out.
Hey, Tim, thanks.
I just,
You print it upside down, imagine that.
I had to get my word in.
You should just go buy one. Stop.
Don't tell her that.
I have,
Just go
I
buy
have a
one.
little one, but it doesn't make big plans, and I can't copy on it.
You've got
If
color
you
ones
need a
there.
bigger map, I just took the map on file that was made for current use and just did a legend to it. And basically, it's taking the existing lot and dividing it in two. The conservation, town property abuts the entire backside of it, from one boundary to the other. When I turned over all the back property, worked with the town to do it all conservation, I carved out what appeared to be plenty of land to do the two lots. It's rural ag, the soil types are on there. It should be a minimum requirement of 5 acres.
The biggest problem is the road frontage, right?
Well, it was an existing lot.
I was gonna say, what's the existing lot?
The existing lot originally was
today-
5 acres.
Today.
5 acres. The lot right now is 18.87 acres.
Where's the boundaries?
It is
The
this
whole thing?
entire, all the colors here.
Okay, so it's this whole thing.
Yeah,
Yep.
Doesn't include this.
correct.
Okay.
That's a postage stamp that I wrap around. This is 75 feet on paved road. So the original lot was 5 acres. I purchased more in 2 sections and turned it into almost 19. And now I'm looking to do a common driveway with a maintenance agreement. The driveway's already there, no changes to the town road, no widening, no nothing.
It's a paved road, so.
Yep.
Doesn't
Well,
need,
the paved road stops halfway through his lot.
what, it's on his frontage though.
I'll tell you here.
Yes, on the
Right.
shared driveway part,
Here's the thing.
Yeah,
Right.
this is paved all the way by right to there.
which
right
is
to
what we
this
finally
property.
figured out you could do, the
Right.
shared driveway instead of going on the dirt part.
So the idea is common driveway right to here, this is all existing, and break off for this lot off, so it's,
There's no,
But you don't have any frontage for the other lot.
there's no road frontage right here, right?
no, in the old maps, Knox Road used to continue down through there, but I have no interest in going down that road whatsoever. I don't.
No, I'm just thinking about the frontage problem.
Yeah,
And the highway department said that that's only a 12-foot wide road? Is that a class 5 road?
Yeah, it's a class 5 town road. I mean, town, the width doesn't matter, the town plows it, it's
Yeah.
paved.
He doesn't have enough frontage for 2 lots.
Right.
How many acres did you say you had?
18.87. So before I hire a surveyor and try to do anything, I wanted to come before you guys and ask you conceptually what my options are.
Well, you're gonna need at least 2 variances.
You can do that without a surveyor.
Well. I can take it off and back up now.
Hmm?
I can take that off and back up.
Oh.
You're gonna need an area, variance for frontage and a variance for area.
What is it even for area for?
Because theoretically, it's 2 back lots. And the back lot has 10 acres with 50 feet of
The
frontage.
50 feet of frontage, yeah.
So I was thinking you could do a variance for, instead of 50 feet of frontage, you go for 38, whatever the number divided by 2 is frontage, but you'd have to do a variance for the area because you don't have 20 acres to do 2 back lots.
I think that's what Jock was thinking of to begin with.
Mhm. Make one of them 10 acres, so you only need the variance for one of the lots.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, obviously, yes.
Because I can make one of them 10, it's existing.
Make the other one 8.9 or whatever, 8.8.
Right.
How much road frontage do you have?
75 feet.
Maybe, get both variances on one lot. Keep your existing 10-acre lot, keep 50 feet of frontage with it,
Mm-hmm.
and then get a variance for the other one for the 25 feet with the reduced acreage. You're still gonna do a shared driveway, so it really doesn't matter.
But the acreage meets the zoning requirements, right?
It doesn't for,
Not for a back lot.
when you only have 50 feet of frontage, you gotta have 10 acres. That's what,
The only other option I can think of would be a condominium, but
I was even thinking about maybe putting a turnaround spur there and creating frontage, but I don't know, we can,
go to cul-de-sac.
just a spur, a turnaround spur, because no, what do they turn around when they plow the road now?
The town turns around in my driveway.
That's what I mean.
They have no place to turn around.
I know,
They back in. It's quite a wide apron there. I mean, I can make it bigger.
that's what I'm thinking, if you did the spur part, and you could gain frontage along there, and then you'd only need a variance
Just
foot.
linear frontage.
Right,
That's why, before I went down the road, I wanted to see what you guys would like
There's a-
best. There's no.
I can look at the geometry, there's
Yeah, I was
geometry thing,
I was
what you
looking
can
for
use
the
for.
picture. Yeah, where's the picture?
Yeah. Come on, it's in here somewhere.
We didn't eliminate it, did we?
Oh, no.
I don't remember seeing a picture of it.
Yeah, there's a picture of what you can use a frontage on that spur.
In the subdivision regs? Or the zoning regs?
I thought it was in the subdivision. I didn't see it. It was in the subdivision, it showed how to build a hammerhead or a cul-de-sac.
Oh.
There's two pictures.
Probably at the end where the driveway, under driveways, or the appendix. Let's see.
I think I'm getting close.
No, what happened to it?
Let's see one in here.
Yeah, somewhere, Craig.
I've seen it, because you only build the hammerhead going one, the hammerhead only goes one way, not the other way. I never remember which way it is.
We don't have a choice on that, it's gotta go where it's gotta go.
Well, if I find it, I could always send it to Tim. Maybe if.
Should be in appendix 9, which I don't have.
Yours is two-sided, so. Appendix 9, the subdivision regulations.
So I got this little thing in the new subdivision regulation, it says appendix 9 has the road frontage examples, the turnaround, the cul-de-sac, all those typical sections, and this thing only goes to appendix 8.
Or maybe it's in one of the older subdivision regulations, if, I can find it and send it to Tim. You're just using that as an example to show him, is that what you want?
Yeah, figure if it can be, if what we're thinking about will work.
It's a diagram of
Diagram of the hammerhead.
hammerhead.
How much has to be gained? Does that entail?
You gotta gain 25 feet, right? You got 75 feet.
Does that entail the town
That's why,
having to adopt a piece of this for a turnaround? Or something like that?
Yeah.
Because I'm only touching the road by X.
right.
I believe it's saying that that is frontage.
And the sides. I think you can use the
Yeah, it is.
sides. You just can't
Can't
use,
use this.
I,
I don't think so.
that's why I don't need to see that
Right,
picture.
That's what I was getting to, is
Yeah,
how, because I can do it. See, there's another driveway right here going to this property, and it actually crosses the corner of mine and is a right of way. So there's actually two driveways right there, side by side, and they're both on my property.
threw my old subdivision rigs out.
Yeah, me too.
I got the old ones out too. But I also have driveway application.
No, it's not, that's not it.
No.
That's the only diagram I ever remember seeing.
No, at the very end of the old subdivision regs, there was a,
Okay.
So if I could go that way and gain 25 feet doing that, what does that do
then you only need one variance, just the
One
area
variance.
variance.
on the acreage of this?
Right.
There's appendix 9, road bond.
No, it's 8.
Nine.
This says appendix 8.
And if this somehow became 10 acres, it still needs a variance on the frontage.
Still needs 50 feet of frontage.
Right.
Road frontage examples, turnaround, 10 lots or less, cul-de-sac, 10 lots or more, local
Yeah.
roads, typical area road, typical section. Yeah, that's why I said appendix 9, roadway bond estimate form.
Where's the other ones? Oh,
It doesn't say that they're in that appendix, does it?
Subdivision regs?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's missing. Yeah, I know. It used to be in here. I didn't even look at that before.
I neither.
I won't
These,
find that online.
No, but I'm sure I got a PDF on my computer at home
yeah,
somewhere.
there must be one in Chip Meany's
Yeah, I'm
old
sure I got one
files
somewhere, too.
somewhere that I don't have access to right now.
You have a-
but-
Email, Tim, I can send it to
I
you?
do. T Wood.
You wanna write it down so the whole world doesn't hear it?
'Cause you're on TV.
Yeah.
We got a big audience.
So this is my copies of my subdivision regs that I had.
Well, that's good, we're talking about changing subdivision regulations. We can talk about putting that back in there again.
Add that in there.
But that potentially would eliminate one of the variances.
Right. Yeah, I didn't want to have to come with two variances.
No,
And that would be what I would think the more difficult one to get would be.
I'm not gonna speak for the zoning board, I don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, right, I know.
Eliminate which one? I was out of the room.
The frontage requirement one. If we can
what?
figure out a way to get,
If you could just build a little hammerhead,
build a spur off there, which the town could use turning around in when they plow and,
Okay.
build a
Tim could-
hammerhead, deed it to the town, Pulpy.
And you can go right off the end of that.
50 area or something like that, and Pulpy's he gains enough frontage.
with your driveways.
And he gets us a turnaround.
Isn't that what
Yeah,
Cutting
there's a
Mill?
pair of them there. There's just a little bit of soil between them.
Cutting Mill?
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy
I
on,
could do some, but I
And then
I
there's
just don't
another
know what
one
the
on,
configuration would be.
How,
Yeah.
how bad is the hill? Right at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Does it start right into the hill?
It's gradual. It doesn't drop away from the road, like,
It doesn't need to if it's a spur for the road,
yeah.
but, I mean,
It's fairly level when you take off from the road in between the two driveways.
okay.
One driveway takes off up the hill and the other one takes off flat.
Been a while since I was up there.
Yeah.
so-
That's the bottom of the driveway right there.
Yeah. Yeah, but this one goes right up a hill pretty good.
Right.
Yeah, that goes to the house, that's the neighbors.
All right, well, I'll go with that. Any other?
I'll look at that and I'll send you an email tomorrow.
Okay. Appreciate it.
If you don't have, give me a shout out. I know I got subdivision regs stored on the
I
old.
get a old
regs.
file for town PDF, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I may find an old one here too.
Okay.
Okay.
Hopefully somebody finds an old one.
I know.
You wanna get it back in
I
the
know,
regulations.
it should be in the appendix.
All right, guys. Any other questions or anything on it at all?
So you need to get
No.
your variance first and then come back for.
Yep. All right, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, bye.
You need that name for?
I guess save that one, don't throw that one out. I said, I guess save that one, don't throw that one out.
Continuation of the revision of subdivision regulations is next on the agenda. Kelly sent us revisions a while ago. A couple weeks ago. She can't hear me, so that's why I'll speak louder so she.
Yeah, you.
You have two copies, is that another copy of that?
This is, I think this is a copy of the whole thing. I found it in my book. I didn't really know I had it, so maybe.
What page you beginning at?
But I sent, the ones in red are the pages that we made
I
changes
printed out the ones in red here,
What page number does it start at?
4.
for.
Okay.
2.7 violations and penalties. I don't know if yours has it.
That's kind of, this right here?
Yep. Okay. So it looks like we added written notice from the town of the violation, whichever is earlier, to the end. I assume there was something there before, but I don't know that.
So the town, the zoning ordinance itself has the RSA for the fines and penalties, which is $275 a day per day. You're trying to quote that one?
I'm just wondering what it says now.
Same thing.
Same thing. Yes. Okay, so that's not a revision.
Okay,
I'll file that.
So
so,
that's okay?
yeah, so that should not be in red.
Should not be in red, right?
Okay,
Page 9.
don't know why it was.
This is definitely different. Under firefighting, water supply and suppression, fire suppression systems.
Yeah, we eliminated,
Yeah.
DEF, C, D, E, F, and replace C and D. Comply with the regulations.
It's more than that, though.
Actually, B's changed too.
Yeah.
Everything's changed. Everything should be red, the whole thing.
What,
E,
E, the whole,
yeah, that whole paragraph and subsections should be all, they're all new.
okay. E1, A, B, C, D is all new?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Actually, the one part, what's right after the one is what's there now, but A, B, C, D is all new.
What does 8.8 say? Comply with the requirement of section 8. I think we were trying to eliminate saying things about 3 different times, saying the
Right.
same thing.
Right. That's why we crossed out number 4, I think.
Yeah, because number 4 has the 2,200 feet in it.
Right. 250 gallons per minute for 2 hours.
I mean, this is everything. We spent quite a time going through this before, didn't we?
Yep.
Why did we get rid of the dry hydrant? Number
I don't think we
4.
got rid of it. I think it was in 3, 4 different places. We didn't need it redundant.
I don't doubt that, I was just want to make sure.
It's number 5 below, next page, on page 10 of the existing regs. 4, 5. So 5 became 4. 4. Gotta be somewhere else. There was section. Was that section 8? 8.8 was it?
Yeah, I just found it, page 36. That gets into all the
details.
yeah, how to build a cistern,
Does it mention what
which we don't want to touch on.
Yeah, 8.13 has the same 2,200 feet.
Yeah. That's why he took it out over here.
Right.
So leave it out? That's okay to leave out?
Should.
Where do we
You'll
say about a dry hydrant?
Well, that's what I was looking for. The only thing I was looking for was the reference to the dry hydrant again.
I don't see it.
Is it before page 4? Because remember, you only have the ones in red. Oh, you guys got the whole document. Okay, never mind.
Oh, E.B.
E,
E1B.
E1B. Oh, yeah. Have an accessible drive hydrant accessible from a town-maintained road. Acceptable dry hydrant, yep.
No, that's the hydrant on the cistern.
Yeah.
That's where the hose hooks the cistern.
Yep.
Okay, yep.
Is the reference to
Well,
eight?
maybe it's not acceptable from the fire chief anymore. Did he cross that out?
We did get something from him at one point.
Right. Did he cross that out? Whose phone was that?
No, it wasn't me.
It wasn't me, my phone's right here.
Mine's in the pocket.
I'm the one who can't hear.
What?
What'd you say?
Wasn't me. I didn't think my ringer was on.
Mine barks,
It wasn't me.
mine barks, so it wasn't me.
What's the concern over here?
We're eliminating a dry hydrant. It appears.
Question is, it was so long ago, we can't remember why.
Right.
How are we
You want me to
eliminating
check
a
with the
dry
chief on that one before
hydrant?
you
Yeah.
go back in?
I guess so. Because we did
Isn't that the
we did
chief?
get a couple comments from him, I thought.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't even want a dry hydrant, maybe cistern only or sprinkled.
Yeah, but a dry hydrant can,
It says you need one.
if that's the hydrant.
To supply the cistern. This is a whole separate, like, instead of a cistern. It's a substitute for a cistern.
Because one is talking about, E1 is talking about a cistern.
Right,
And it has to have a dry hydrant accessible for town
To connect
maintain.
the
So a
cistern
Fire
to-
truck can pull
yeah.
up.
Oh, so you're looking at number 4.
yeah.
Yes, I'm looking at number 4, which I assume that meant a dry hydrant on a fire pond.
Fire pond or off a bridge or something.
Right.
Acceptable substitute for a cistern, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Let me check with the chief on that.
There must be some reason why we,
Unless I just like putting red lines through things.
So those up there, are okay? A, B, C, D?
Yeah, they just should all be in red.
I think so. Yes.
what next page you get there, Craig?
Page 10.
No, I got 20.
Where's page 10?
Is it page 10?
I don't see anything in red on page 10.
Page 10, the cistern
No,
shall be waived for lots within 2,200 feet of truck travel distance. We crossed out 1 mile of a credible water source.
Oh, that's page 5. Page 9 still.
Oh, it is? Okay, mine says 10. And then the one below that, the planning board in its sole discretion.
Yep.
The approved sprinkler system. In lieu of constructing the system.
I don't remember why we did any of that, but
What's that?
why we crossed out 1 mile of a credible water source. in 4. Of course, then
Because he wants 2,200 feet, doesn't want them within a mile.
Yeah.
Does it make sense to say you have to be within 2,200 feet of the cistern or
Right.
dry hydrant, but you gotta be 1 mile from credible water source? What's a credible water source? Town water?
No, they trucked it in for the fire by Langtots. Put the bathtub up. And I think they went down here to Moody Pond. Trucked it over the hill, or
Why you
to
think they did
Mount-
tanker shop
oh, Mount-
from here, yeah.
Mount William.
You didn't take it from the Otter Brook right on the other side of Langtons?
No,
Where there's a dry hydrant?
Yeah. Where there's dry hydrant, on the old bridge.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Could be. I thought I saw him coming up over the hill.
Well. Maybe that dry hydrant doesn't work.
Well, my building built.
I'm
they
sure
put
that's why that we took out dry hydrants, is because they get silted in and nobody takes care of them, and they're,
Well, you gotta maintain a cistern the same, you gotta maintain everything.
Right.
I don't care if it's a.
yeah, I know, but
Probably gonna change your
I'm
water.
sure that's why he wanted it out. Because they're a lot more maintenance than a cistern.
Is there language as to maintenance?
No, 'cause that's up to planning, that's up to the fire department. I mean, if the dry hydrant's built right, it's 6 feet off the bottom and 6 feet from the top, so you're not sucking mud, you're not in the ice. That's a lot of volume, and it's gonna take a long time to silt that thing up 6 feet.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's done one in 12 feet, 13 feet of water.
That's what the specs are in most towns.
We haven't got too many spots in town you can get 13 feet of water.
Sure, you dig a hole bit deeper.
You just have a hole, it just silts in.
You have runoff going to it, it's just a pond. Put fish in it, put a screen on the intakes, and then suck up the fish.
Well,
Oh,
It's-
Craig's looking for fish habitat, that's
Yeah.
what he's good for.
Always got ulterior motives.
well, that, I mean,
I think I would like to.
that's a
ask-
concern in my mind, that there needs to be more maintenance. Because I know of one
Well,
particular
once
system,
once
they
somebody
don't.
puts a cistern in, the town owns it after.
Right.
So the
Right.
maintenance would be ours. the
Right,
town.
but the town a particular cistern that my son maintains, he has to wait till the ice is in to take the vegetation off of it, out of it.
How does he do that?
He waits till it freezes over and then he cuts the trees out of it.
The cistern is that low in the ground? It's a cistern?
Yeah, it's on Pine Hill.
What?
So it's a.
It's a
open
pond.
Pond.
Yeah, in the
Well, it's not
fenced
a
area
pond,
there.
It's a,
Yeah, yeah,
it's a
yeah.
man-made thing. It's
I
not-
know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know all
understand.
about that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ask the chief why we're eliminating dry hydrants,
Got that.
out of curiosity.
I wrote that
I
down.
don't have a problem with a mile being eliminated, but that is at least a question.
Okay.
And page 20 was because of Benji's request.
Page 20 was Benji's request in his 22-foot wide pavement on a low-volume road.
Right. That's the only change there, right?
Right.
What's
So
that
that's
page?
why I thought if you did a subdivision, you don't have to go by that width of the road for a new subdivision?
Pardon me?
Is that just when you develop a road?
When
The
you-
road
when you-
has to be
when you're building a
22
ro- When
feet?
you're building a road.
Okay.
Proposing a road to become a town road. Oh, you mean like General Knox's existing town road? It's only
Right.
12 feet wide.
Right, so if he had to continue that road to get the frontage on that other.
No, that doesn't do it. He has to make a little turnaround
I know,
square.
but what if he had to finish that road?
Yeah.
That new road that he's finishing would have to be 22 feet,
Yep.
right? Okay, that's what, okay. I think that's what
Must
Joe
be-
from the highway was talking about when he saw that map. Okay. All right, thank you.
Next page I got 34,
Yes,
8.8, fire systems.
yes. Did some major changes on that.
Yes. We changed number 2 to just say the cost of review shall be borne by the applicant, instead of saying anything about an estimated fee. That way nobody's gonna fight about the fee.
Okay,
I remember that.
yeah. So whatever the estimate of the engineer comes in for the review is what they pay.
Right.
Yep.
So we merged all that 1 and 2 into the first paragraph.
Right. The cost of review should be right after, the
Yep.
To the engineer.
The cost of review should be right after town's consulting engineer, both new sentence, that the cost of review shall be borne by the applicant. Then number 2, a location of the proposed cistern shall be cited on the subdivision plan.
So all of that's one paragraph? No,
Yes.
one is a cost and one is a location.
Move the cost of review shall be borne by the applicant at the end of 1.
The end of one,
Same page,
nothing.
up for you.
Design plan, cistern.
Yes,
Oh, okay, so add,
shall be submitted for review and approval by the town's
First
consulting
sentence.
engineer. The cost of the review shall be borne by the applicant.
got it,
And make that, keep that number 1,
yeah.
Yeah.
and then down, we start a location for the pro cistern, that'll be number 2.
Oh, I think you see I changed it. See,
Yeah.
now the 3 is
Yes.
crossed out in 2, so this is
Yes.
2, yeah, okay. And this is 3, yep, okay. We did a whole new B.
So we're referring back to 41E1 where we made those other changes.
Where are you?
But it's talking about distance. And should it be E1 or E5 or 4?
4, E, 1.
It doesn't talk about distance.
When we make it section 4.
Just section 4?
Yes, good catch. You see what he means?
No, where are you? Are you back on,
No.
Page 34.
Page 34, on number 2, a location of the cistern shall be cited. That paragraph,
is that,
as specified in section 4.1, comma, E, comma, 1, period. Instead of all that, just say section 4. Because it's not 4.1, E1,
okay, so item number 2, just section 4.1,
just 4,
just 4. Okay,
there somewhere. It's actually 4E4, but that's.
Well, it's in 4.1.
4.1,
It is 4.2, there's
Yes.
flood
4.2.
hazard areas, that's
Right,
not
okay,
dealing
yeah,
with
4.1.
cisterns.
you want me to say 4.1?
So just take off
Yes.
E1.
Yeah,
Yes, take off the E1.
okay.
I got a question on B when we get down there, 3B.
Mm-hmm.
What is paragraph 44?
Costs identified in paragraph number 44. I don't know. Supposed to be paragraph 4 or section 4? Was it in there before on the original? Is it on the original? The original B?
No.
Just says above noted inspections on the existing B.
Well, you have inspections on an appendix back here. Let me see if that's got note 44 anywhere.
This is the current?
The current one is dated December 2018.
I don't think we have a number 40. Is it 4.4 maybe? Let me see what's 4.
That's what I'm kind of wondering, but 4.4 would be, no.
There's no
There's no such
4.4.
thing as a 4.4.
There isn't a 4.4.
Okay, so it's not that. Is it just 4 maybe? Maybe there's an extra paragraph 4?
Where are you reading?
On the new Article B.
8.83B.
8.83B.
The third line, it says, to cover inspection costs identified in paragraph 44.
Maybe it's just paragraph 4.
Well, why would we say paragraph?
I don't know.
It should be section or something.
Right, usually you don't use the word paragraph. That's why I'm wondering, was it in there to begin with?
No, it wouldn't.
So,
Where did I get that then?
do I have a wrong original, current?
No, it's a big paragraph B that was written on my page 35, your page,
My page 34 ends with 3, there's no A, B, C, D, nothing.
how about 35, page 35?
35, it goes to 4, A, B, C, D.
Okay,
Yes. On the new one.
This is the one you just.
on the new one in red.
On the new one in red. We got a
You don't have a
8.8.
new-
This new one
Yeah,
that I got offline.
No, no, no.
no.
No,
The new one.
the new one I
you printed.
emailed.
The new one you printed, she emailed to you.
One we're correcting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Doesn't have a 4, it's only 3.
Yes.
No, no.
Oh, you're right.
That number right there.
Oh, that number.
We're trying to figure out where it
3B.
Okay,
refers to.
Understand.
Yeah,
Sorry.
3B,
The third line says.
on the third line down, it says paragraph 44, and I don't know where we got
Yeah,
that.
that would be D on this. Right?
So you mentioned the $3,500. Where else do you mention the $3,500?
I hope we don't mention it anywhere else, because that was the whole theory in this, is we weren't gonna
Yeah, but
mention
it says-
cost once.
Inspection cost identified in paragraph.
No, it's in the beginning of your subdivision, because I had to cut and paste it to send to a certain applicant.
Well, that was in page, Article 4, point 1E.
Find it?
Nope,
Page 40 on the top,
Page 40 on the top.
and also 39 on the bottom.
Oh, so is there a paragraph 44 in there?
Yep,
Aha.
and 44, and then that's number 46,
Aha,
where?
page 39 and 40. 39 is at the bottom on 46.
My page 39, at the bottom, it says number 23, the relationship with the height of the final cistern suction connection.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm looking on the online, regulation.
No,
oh,
I mean,
So page 42 is 44.
It's under,
no exceptions permitted.
yeah,
Oh, there we go, yep. Number 46 is before commencement, developer shall deposit with the planning board $3,500 to cover inspection cost. Identified in paragraph 44.
I don't think paragraph's the right way to say that.
Paragraph 44, though, just says about a pre-construction meeting.
Yeah,
Instead of saying paragraph 44, we should say 8.13, point, whatever.
why do you have to say anything?
So why does it go?
Do you have to say anything?
Yeah, I was just wondering about that. Maybe they put a period after cost?
Yeah, why don't you
This
just
is
put a
where
period after cost?
Concrete.
To cover inspection costs, period. And that's gonna leave you up to the, back to the inspection from the engineer anyways.
Yeah, what are they talking about in this thing? It says, it does say paragraph 44. Now I found it.
Yeah.
I say put a period after cost
Okay,
and get rid of identified in paragraph
that's the easiest thing to
44.
do. Yeah,
That's fine with me, because it's,
it'd be more confusing the other way.
Otherwise, we gotta specify every little inspection, I would
Right.
think.
This document that you sent us, that has this added information in 3. The one printed offline doesn't have 3.
Correct.
Correct.
The one you printed offline is approved by the planning board and
Right.
adopted. The one she sent you is what we're proposing.
It's just parts of
Okay,
changes that they talked about.
so you're eliminating number 4.
Identify in paragraph 44, just get rid of that sentence.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I should have explained that
It's
in
all right.
further detail before we started, I apologize.
It's okay.
And everything else was just getting rid of the word utility in C and D.
So you're taking out identified in.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Craig, what was that one? What was it
In
next?
C and D, we're just getting rid of the word utility, basically. Construction of the
And adding
fire.
fire protection system,
Right.
yeah.
Instead of building permit for the utility, we're saying about a building permit for the fire protection system.
Yep.
Okay, page 35.
it's 35 is easy.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Utilities shall be underground
And then
in
you changed 15,000 to 30,000.
where in the world are you with it?
Oh, you must be on the next page.
Must be.
8.13,
Shall be
3.
underground in developments, period.
Yes.
There's no period.
The cistern
That's
must
kind of
have,
worded weird.
what, utilities shall be underground in developments. In all developments and,
I didn't print out page 36.
maybe it's your 37.
I didn't print anything else out.
No,
I'm done.
You're done. It says,
You have a 37?
yeah,
Or
yeah,
change?
36 and
the
37.
cistern must have a minimum usable capacity of 15,000, crossed out, put 30,000 gallons available through the suction piping system.
What was 9?
9, all cast-in-place concrete utilized as part of a construction of a fire system.
It says 10.
Yeah, there's an MIA.
Typo?
No, can't be.
Yeah,
Well,
9
goes-
was all cast in place.
9 has A, B, C, D, E, and F.
Where are you?
Huh?
Yeah, where you have 10 crossed out, there should be 9
Yeah,
crossed out.
should be 9 crossed out, not 10 crossed out.
Where are you?
Page 36,
Yeah, but what section? My pages are different.
middle of the page.
Well, wait a minute. You got it,
Just
it's,
above the bold
it's-
concrete underlined.
wait, there's
It's
two
4, 5,
nines.
6, 7, 8 is crossed out,
Yeah,
so the next one's 8.
next one, yeah, but
You have
you have
10
10
crossed out.
crossed out, there should be 9 crossed out.
That's under concrete.
You gotta straighten it
I
on
have that
page
under
37
concrete.
too.
This one right here,
Hers does say 9.
I crossed out 9 and put 8.
This one says 10.
Yeah,
Oh, down below under concrete is 10.
No,
Well, I don't know why you guys got a different one.
I don't know either.
That's really weird. Okay, but anyways,
Anyway,
8, we crossed out the whole paragraph.
yes,
So that makes the new 9, number 8.
That's
yes,
correct.
Okay, now we're into concrete.
yes.
Okay, then, what do you have for the use of calcium chloride is prohibited? Right? Keep that F?
Yeah, but what's 10, what's,
A, B, C, D, E, 9.
I-
36?
I think it continues, you know, that number up there where
Ah,
number 8 is all cast in place, so all cast
Yeah.
in place, concrete
so
finished,
9,
so that should be 9.
8, 9.
so all cast in place utilized as part is 8? The fire cistern?
Yes. And then the word concrete, and it explains everything about concrete, A through F.
That's all under 8.
Yep, and now you're gonna go into number 9
Yes.
of cistern specs.
Yep.
Number 9 is all
So the
cast in place.
ACI specs.
Yes,
Yep.
yep.
So you-
And then you change the 10 on the next page, you change the 11 on the next page,
Okay, so you're changing all the numbers.
and then the rest is all just changing numbers until you get to
42.
my 42, yep, until you get to new number 35. The installer is responsible for completely filling cistern with potable water until accepted by the Board of Fire Wards, not crossed off planning board.
Right, we don't want that.
Right.
And the new 39, we changed planning board to land use department.
Thank you,
We got rid of 42 because we say that someplace else.
correct. So the new 42, you added the sentence at the end.
The numbering is all off on this piece of paper.
Yeah, she didn't have to make these changes and send us all.
Yeah.
The
I-
latest.
It goes from 29 to 32. And there's no 1.
But I think that's just numbering updates, right? There's nothing else.
That's just numbering updates, yeah.
Yeah.
29, 30, 31, 32, 33,
Okay,
yeah, that's, mine's blue.
fix that and then send us a new one, would you?
34, 35, 36, yeah.
So you're going to get rid of the
Yeah, then it goes back to
section
45.
4.1, get rid of the E1, you're going to get rid of paragraph 844, and you're going to see the chief about why we can't do it with dry hydrants.
Yep. And then the last 2 pages that you didn't get.
Great.
All right, I'll clean that up.
Okay. I emailed a definition for private roads.
Yep.
Did I
Which I
not
don't
print,
s-
did I
I-
not print mine out?
I didn't print mine out. I brought everything but that, I think. I've got minutes, I thought I did really good today.
I really haven't been in the office long enough to figure out.
But I didn't print out my private road thing.
You want to read it?
Right here.
I didn't print it out
You said
either.
we all have it in our phones, right?
Oh, I got
No.
mine
It's
printed
on
out.
Computer. Courtney, did you get it? Because that's, Courtney's the one that really needs it for the minutes. Craig's
No, I
definition?
I did,
Okay. He proposed a definition of a private road.
Ma'am,
no, I did not.
Anybody have any idea what day I sent that? Monday?
Not yesterday, the day before,
When
the
day
11th,
Yep. Tuesday.
Tuesday, the 11th, because I wasn't in the office, but I got it at
That doesn't
home.
make any sense.
What's it say?
Tuesday the 11th? I wasn't working Tuesday the 11th.
Then,
That's what it's dated.
then Wednesday, yesterday then,
I wasn't working.
No, it wasn't yesterday.
Wasn't working yesterday either.
Probably Monday. you
August
sent it.
10th.
Had to be Monday.
May 12th.
Monday. It's the 10th.
I didn't get it until,
Kelly, there it is.
That was all the responses that were the next day.
Forward.
We
Include
gotta do something with, or something like that at the end.
Courtney. Ben. Okay. A private road shall mean an access, private road shall mean an access to 3 or more lots. The private road must be shown on a survey plan dated prior to March 1988 or be shown on a plan approved by the planning board. The planning board may only approve private roads with a conditional use permit application, or something like that.
I'll forward it to you.
Thank you.
She has it, she has it now. She has it now, come on.
And it's in Word, so you can just,
Oh, great.
I sent it to her
Oh, the Courtney?
Let me see if I
30 seconds ago.
Okay.
The reason I added,
Then-
the reason I added or something like that in section,
Well, I gave you the section of conditional use on the agenda. Everybody got their copy?
yep,
Because that's what you're gonna refer to getting approval for a private road as a conditional use by the planning board.
yes, which is 313.
So do they still need to go to zoning afterwards?
no.
No, don't need to go to zoning at all. Article 313 gives us the right through innovative land use, yabba dabba do, the RSA, to do conditional use permits. This is the old zoning. Okay, let's go to this one, Craig. I haven't got around to 3-hole punching my zoning yet.
Okay, Neil.
So 313 gives us the authority to grant conditional use permits in the application process and yabba dabba do. However, in Article, I should say, right now, we have the authority to grant conditional use permits for, I should say, in the Aquifer Protection District for impervious coverage
Mhm.
and
Plan for buffers,
kennels?
kennels.
Kennels, yep.
That's it, isn't it?
I thought wetland buffer.
My subcommittee
No,
never
that
got
goes
through with
to-
that one very well. Remember?
No.
Okay,
That's a variance.
yes. I tried.
Okay.
I'm not done with that yet. Just gonna let the rest of them
Last
longer.
time.
So right now, I don't know what article it is right offhand. Should find it.
Oh, what? That's one you're looking for. Kennels?
Somewhere it should specify what, yes, pay Article 2913.8. Well, first, Article 29.7.2. It says at the end of it, maximum lot coverage may be increased to the issuance of a conditional use permit. Then 2913.8 gives the guidelines to us to approve or deny a conditional use permit.
Okay.
So somewhere, we have to put a section for private roads.
Right. About the
Or-
guidelines.
Yes, the guidelines for us,
Right.
which I'm going to assume
Which is
would
what I
be
was
something
explaining to you
like
earlier.
Right.
Article 37, would be my guess.
Is that a new article? That's the last?
That's the end of it, yes. 36 is the driveways. That's my guess. 37 would be private roads. That's why I said or something like that.
Is there anything under that section where it says you can't build on a private road? Is there anything that you could put there?
No, we're eliminating that. We're gonna just,
And that's what I mean.
but we need to add a section on, the
So if that's section 7.1, can you do 7.1A, private
30
road?
37.
No, where it already says you can't build on a private road.
Article 17.
Yeah. No, it's before that.
You don't have these memorized?
According to this says 1711.
Really? Maybe it is. Maybe I'm right. 17.1.1?
Yeah, 17.1.
Okay, so my thought process was because, you know, in the commercial district, you list all your permitted uses, and at the very end, you say no residential, right now, that's confusing to look at that. So right here, if you said no building permits for class 6 and private roads, can you, right then and there,
Define what a private road is.
now you're gonna define private road, we have to put that in the definition too, but now you're gonna define private road and you're gonna say, yep, you can build, but this is what you need to do. So it's like right there, you don't have to go looking for
No,
another
that's not the
chapter.
place to put it.
You have to go looking for another
Because
chapter.
Article 17 is permitted uses and restrictions.
Then why is 17.1.1 there that says you can't?
It's a restriction.
And having a conditional use is not a restriction?
No, but we need to, I think we need to do like Craig says, I think we need to have a different article.
Well, then you gotta change that sentence to say, see
Yeah, we
Article
gotta change,
37.
we gotta change 17.1 also.
Right, to say, and to say, see Article 37.
No, I don't think we need to do that. I think we just need to define,
Well, we gotta change the sentence.
I think we just eliminate it completely.
No,
No,
can't
no,
say
no,
that.
class,
No,
class 6
class
roads.
6.
So we'll just take off or private road. We'll just leave it, put the period at class 6. We'll do a definition for private road.
And that's chapter 4 is definitions.
Right, and then we have a section, article at the end about the conditional use guidelines and for the private roads.
It makes it difficult for people to.
Yeah, but we can put that right in the definition of private road, so we can say, see Article
Yeah.
37.
Yeah, yeah. You know, by conditional use by planning board, see Article 37.
Right, we can put that right in the definition.
Yeah.
We don't do it anywhere else.
Just point them where to go, though.
Yeah, 'cause I'd like to change that commercial one.
Why?
Because the people, everybody's interpreting it, even some of the lawyers that have called interpreted that permitted uses, everything in rural and residential.
But
And
there's
then
a,
I know, and then there's that one last sentence that was added to the end where you.
yeah, that's because it was a knee-jerk reaction to a couple things that happened,
Right,
and that's how they did it.
I just need to put that sentence underneath the other ones. But we're not doing zoning changes tonight.
Right.
I'm just trying to figure out the structure of the whole private road thing.
Was it, do we have a conditional use permit section?
I quoted it on your agenda.
Page 23. It's on the back page.
Now, did you refer back to the RSA 67441, that joint access agreement that Bill Drescher was talking about?
No.
No?
Yeah, you quoted it, but where's that from?
I quoted it?
No,
That's from the zoning ordinance.
is that a definition? Conditional use?
What section is it?
That was my question.
Oh, there should be a section right with it.
313.1.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, RSA 674.21.
I think that RSA gives the board permission to do such a conditional use. I think it's quoting that RSA.
Yes, the innovative land use control
Right, right.
scheme is pretty vast.
Right.
See, 313.3, maybe that's what we'll do it, Craig. Instead of doing a whole nother section, we just go 313.5.
You got the old ordinance.
Huh?
That's the old ordinance.
Yeah, I know.
That's been moved.
Yep. Craig moved that over to,
Because that should be in Aqua Protection District Zone, not in Article 3.
right.
313.
Gone.
I see that.
It's under the aquifer protection.
Okay,
Which is what
Because
it's
that's what it
talking
was
about.
written for.
right.
That's what the whole thing, yeah.
Right, it was just put in the wrong place when it was adopted. Right?
Yes.
So we moved it this year in March.
So then, we're back to,
But those are the guidelines that you might want for the private road.
Right, we need to create
Right.
guidelines. We can't just say,
right.
We-
You need a
we-
conditional use permit. We
Right.
don't, we gotta say under
Yeah.
what conditions.
yeah,
Right,
what,
yeah,
what-
exactly.
what we're gonna require to
Right.
do it. We can't just say,
So I
quote.
think we gotta add a whole, another,
Right, you have to change that
Right.
guideline there, the one on your agenda, to make it fit.
yeah, but I think we need to put it in a different,
Article.
article. Can we put it in the driveway article? No. No, I don't wanna do that. I wanna keep them separate from driveways.
Isn't there a road?
I need a new book anyway. This hole punches weren't right, and I got a printout on the one, I
I
guess.
gave you a new one.
Subdivision zoning?
Yeah,
I
it's
did.
not, it's not punched yet. There it is.
Only one person asked for a punched one.
Yeah, Neil special.
Yeah, Neil got punched. We gotta buy her a ream of punched paper.
This is,
Fire,
what's the
3-hole
latest date?
punch.
March?
Get her a color printer and a 3-hole punch.
I got March 2019. That's probably no problem.
That's it, that's
That's
when,
it. You have a 3-hole punch?
Yeah, I printed it myself.
On 3-hole paper?
No, I got a 3-hole punch.
Oh,
Must be nice.
I got one too. I just gotta get it out. It only does a few sheets at a time, so I'm gonna sit there for a while. I don't have a 50-page punch.
Big Bertha one.
We have a pretty big one, it's not that big. So I think we'd
We
have
need to
to,
reference 674?
No, it already
That's-
is.
That's the innovative land use that gives the permission to the planning board.
Right, but I'm talking about 41.
Yeah, that's the RSA, the innovative land use. Gives permission to the planning board.
Because it talks a little bit about a private road here, and at least in this interpretation.
Oh, yeah, that's the one that Bill Drescher was quoting.
yes,
This is
it was.
from hard road travel.
Yeah. Yeah, it talks about joint access easements.
Recorded with the deed acknowledging.
Yeah,
All that stuff should be in there, right?
yeah.
Yep,
Yeah, we gotta create a section 37 for that, I think. Article 37.
it's already August, isn't it? Okay, I got a bunch of work to do on it.
Okay.
Thank you. Yay.
Craig's doing it?
Yeah,
Craig, to do.
I barely got the definition done, but
I've got the article started, to see if the town will vote, ... That's as far as I got.
oh boy. You boy. We got minutes from July 9th.
Wait a minute.
Hmm?
What about building permit?
We're gonna skip right over that.
Okay.
I think we let Jack here, we might as well, hadn't we? Okay.
They threw it back at you anyways.
Building permits. The selectmen didn't like it, what we proposed. And basically, they wanted to see a flat fee.
Go back to your 40 cents, Craig.
Yes. And people were saying they didn't like that because they didn't want us to pay 40 cents for an insulated first floor as well as a deck or a shed or a garage, right? Okay, I got a question. If I apply for a building permit, what's the minimum fee?
$50,
$50.
less than 200 square feet. Depends what kind of building permit you're applying for.
Deck. It's gonna be $50, no matter what.
If it's less than 200 square feet, it's $50. If it's over 200 square feet, you're gonna pay 50 cents a square foot.
40 cents.
Well, right now, it's 50 cents a
Yeah.
square foot. finished, but you're arguing, is it finished?
No.
No, then $50. So we're losing out on that. So that's why we need to come up with a square footage and then a definition of different ones, like decks, pools, renovations, finishing a basement, mobile homes.
Huh?
Mobile homes have always been half price before.
For the pad and the,
'Cause they
Utility
put a-
tie-in.
Right, all they do is put a pad on and tie it in.
I don't remember you mentioning utility or mobile home before.
she didn't, this is new.
Yeah, this is new. This came
No,
up.
no, I think it was on one of my explanations the first time when I sent in that 3-page, this is what I'd like to do.
So,
And the color print.
Yeah.
Color printers, yeah.
Did you see colored printer in there?
so
Is now.
could you come up with a list of,
I did already. And I'm just looking for,
like swimming pools ought to be a flat fee. We don't know what it is yet, but there ought to be like a flat fee for swimming pools, right? It's pretty much the same inspection
right now
for
I've been doing
everything.
$50. And then if they, electrical is $50.
I was gonna say, you're still gonna electrical.
And if they put in a
plumbing.
gas heater with a mechanical permit, it's $50. So it's $150 for that pool. But your above ground pool doesn't have anything, so that's $50.
What about the deck next to it?
The deck is $50 because we can't charge the square footage yet. So I've been racking up the $50
I mean,
base rate.
everybody that does a above ground pool, you know, the first year they might use that ladder that goes up and over, but then they're gonna put a deck on.
You know,
Well, they can keep taking the ladder out.
20, 40, 50 years ago, they didn't do that, I'll tell you that much. We didn't have a ladder.
That's why we were looking for, definitions so that when you are challenged with the square footage or, I'm finishing my basement, but I'm not putting any sheetrock. So I did a couple of scenarios with 50 cents a square foot, I did some with 35 cents a square foot, and I did some with the $6. I did some with half and half. 50 cents for finished, 25 cent unfinished.
Yeah, they,
But the Board of Selectmen wants a flat fee. Flat rate. They don't want,
Well, that was Jack's,
that was, I thought the Selectmen said that. But the,
they would prefer it because it made it
Simpler.
simple calculation.
anything over 200 square feet, 40 cents a square foot. Doesn't matter what it is. Pools would have a flat rate of,
Pools, demolition,
mobile
anything
homes.
under 200. Mobile home would be a flat rate,
Mhm.
and then if it includes electrical or plumbing or whatever we have to go back and inspect, I add that on. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
so if I'm building a 210 square foot deck, right, I'm gonna be paying 40 cents a square foot.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be paying $84.
Mhm.
Yeah.
As opposed to 50. That's not bad. As opposed to whatever that was gonna cost you times $6. Remember that rule we had before?
You know, it's, people get a price list from Home Depot and tell you that's what it's gonna cost them.
Well,
Yes.
it was also written that if you built your own, you had to double your price because somebody else had to hire a contractor for sweat equity.
Yeah.
So you could build yours for $1,200, but it's gonna cost past the $2,400 to
Right.
build his.
That's still close to $80.
So if I'm putting the shed up bigger than 10 by 20, it's gonna be,
10 by 20 is a big shed.
I know.
200 square foot shed.
If I'm putting a 12 by 20 garage up, I need to get a building permit, it's gonna cost me 40 cents a square foot.
Right.
If I put up a 10 by 20, it's gonna cost me $50. Right?
Correct.
Well,
If I-
less than 200.
If I build
If
it,
it's 200, I'm gonna charge you square footage. Less than 200, that's what the ICC code says, less
okay,
than
I
200.
would be building my garage 10 by 19.9, and I'd pay you $50.
Okay, I will
I don't-
calculate it that way too.
Fine.
$49.99.
Gotta measure to the outside of the corner boards, you're gonna be over 200 square feet one way or another.
No, I won't. Guarantee it, I won't be. So if I'm building a house,
Bruce, there's the ones that we just calculated. Do you want to show them that?
so if I'm building a house,
That house,
you're gonna nail me for 40 cents a square foot for the basement, 40 cents for the first floor, second floor, and attic.
I thought
And
40
then-
cents was a little high. Jack came with 35 cents, but some of the other towns,
Well, whenever I figured out the average, it was closer to 40 than it was
Yeah.
35, that's why I'm saying 40.
I think, yeah,
It was like 38 and a half or
Right,
something like that.
right. that's why we don't have to touch it again for a few years, let's
Right.
just pick a number and.
So if I build myself a house, and you charge me 50 cents a square foot for my basement, my first floor, my second floor, my attic, and I pay the fee, and build my house, I'm happy. All of a sudden, my son decides to move into my house, and I gotta refinish the basement, I gotta pay 50 cents a square foot for my basement again.
Oh, yeah, you add in plumbing, electrical, and a whole bunch of stuff in there that wasn't there.
Theoretically, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
He's not gonna run up to this.
Finishing a
2 flights of
basement should
stairs.
be the square
Of course,
footage,
I don't have any kids, so I don't care, so.
because,
that-
because you are gonna have that many inspections.
Yeah,
Yeah, I understand.
Same as like adding a bathroom. Should be by square foot, because base application, and then the electrical and the plumbing.
Okay, I'm fine with it. I thought it was a good idea before. You guys overruled me.
So let me see, Goffstown,
I'm done talking about it.
yeah, we don't need to look at other towns, we did that.
okay,
I make a recommendation, we change the building permit fees to 40 cents a square foot, flat rate, period.
I can't,
Over 200, over 199 square feet.
40 cents gross floor area?
Yes,
Is that what we did before?
Yeah.
Gross floor area,
yes,
less 200 square feet, base rate application.
Right,
yes. That's what I said, wasn't it?
Okay, yep.
You second it?
I second it.
Bruce seconded it. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Let's try this
See
again.
see what Jack says about 40 cents.
Let's try this again.
Jack's gonna back and say, no, I said 35.
Jack said 35.
We'll negotiate down to 37 and a half, Jack.
40 cents gross floor area.
Period.
How's that fit with pools and,
So that discussion on pools, and I'm gonna write it up that way too, and I'll show you when I write it up, that it's gonna be,
Pool's more than 200 square
pools
feet.
less than 200 square feet, you know, I mean, I'll itemize everything that I could probably think of, like if frequently asked questions and people call in and say this, I could say, so a pool, an above ground or in-ground pool, it's gonna cost you $50 for the application, it's gonna cost you $50 rate for the electrical application. Some don't have electrical, then it's $50, but if you have electrical and then now you're gonna put a
They all
gas
got
heater, it's
electrical.
another $50, so each permit is $50.
They gotta ground them. They need to,
Above
yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Hmm.
there's bonding.
Didn't 50 years ago.
No, it's all, yeah, it's gotta be bonded to the pump and the frame and everything.
So
You got
each,
a pump? Didn't 50 years ago.
because a pool inspection, one, possibly two inspections, so that's what you're basically paying.
Unless it's one of those pools with a donut on top where it floats up.
The elephant
Those
sits on
canvas ones, those vinyl ones where
The
they are.
elephant sits on it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
plastic?
Yeah. That's probably the only one
And
that
the
doesn't have
mobile
any
homes are gonna be a
electrical.
base rate.
You
plus
plug the pump in
electrical,
with the
plumbing,
extension
mechanical,
cord.
or whatever. So it could run anywhere between $100 to $200 for a mobile home,
Pump the water out of the.
anywhere
pump the
between
pool.
$50 and $150 for a pool.
You want to clean it, you siphon the water out.
It's cold.
Yep. When you're 13 years old, you don't care. Well, then you didn't, you do now, but you didn't
All right, I
then.
got a couple of things. The bond release,
Oh, yes. We have a bond release request in from Whitetail Commercial Development.
yes, but did you want to talk about anything else with them, or? Because the cistern that's been installed has been
That's fire,
changed,
that's the fire department's problem.
but it's been changed from the plan that you approved.
We didn't approve the cistern design, we approved the location of the cistern.
Okay, so their bond, is this their bond letter, the one that you sent me?
Yes, it's the top one. They got a reclamation bond, he's requesting it to be released. The gravel removal that was incidental to the proposed development is nearly complete and the reclamation
Well,
bond
that's
is
the
due to be
as-built.
renewed in September. The gravel that is currently stockpiled on site is for the construction of the remainder of the project. There is most likely some surplus material that will require removal at the conclusion of the project, to be clear. Additionally, the construction of PB1 is nearly complete, proposed building number 1. The access drive associated paving shall be complete by 7/22/20, and approximately 50% of the limited seating of the side slopes is complete. Therefore, we respectfully request the planning board to release the reclamation bond that is in the amount of $54,100.
What's the total amount we have?
$54,100.
So they want it released, not reduced.
Yes.
And then there's the last
The
site
board
plan with
feels
the
that a certain amount
conditions.
should be continued to be bonded. We ask that that be added to the landscaping bond, so that only one bond needs to be maintained by Mr. Remillard going forward.
Well, how much is
This-
landscaping bond that we have? Do we have a landscaping bond?
Yes, well, we should. It was one of the conditions, so.
That was the first site plan of all of them, I don't know. But then, the one that I was here for the rephasing, is conditions about before a CO. And it has to do with the bonding. That's the minutes from it. Landscaping.
There was definitely a bond for landscaping.
I
We
thought,
made a bond
I thought,
3 years, I think,
wait a minute,
after,
let me check.
Yeah.
after it's planted. I was down there for other reasons, like I broke my lawnmower today. I drove in, it does look pretty nice.
Yeah, I took a ride in there a couple
It's
weeks ago
paved around,
myself.
it's paved around the first building, you can see the catch basin in the middle of the whole thing. You familiar with this at all?
Mhm.
Okay, there's 4 buildings, there are gonna be 4 buildings, one's there, it's paved going in. When you go across what was Rice's driveway, now it's Remillard's driveway, either way, you go across that, now it's loamed on both sides. I don't know if it's seat, was it, oh, couldn't tell. Really wasn't paying attention. But it was paved around the building, it did look pretty nice.
Did you put an amount down for landscaping fee?
Yes, we did.
Oh, it might be on the minutes that you're reading,
No, it was in the first approval,
on the first approval.
yes.
Oh,
Condition of the first approval was you had to post a landscaping bond. Might be on the plan, but I doubt it. Either way, we probably ought to go through this, no,
2016?
it's not that long ago. We probably ought to do a little site walk. And go through this
Checklist?
checklist to make sure
Yep, that's
what
fine.
is needed for the first CO. I don't know exactly when it's,
Z,
He's ready for a CO now, we were just doing the final on the as-built cistern.
which is another story, we won't go into that. So when do you want to do a site walk?
Saturday,
Saturday?
Sunday? Not Sunday morning, one of our members is busy.
I'm online Sunday morning.
You got a prior commitment Sunday morning?
I only have a meeting at 9 from 9 to 10.
So at 8:30
But
you can
it's
join
on,
us?
it's on Zoom anyways. 8 o'clock Sunday morning's fine.
No, okay,
Sidewalk,
No.
Saturday,
no.
oh, Friday, evening? Is that tomorrow? No.
Really, we can't do anything until we come back to a meeting anyway, or can we release it? Can we agree to release it at the site walk? It's a meeting,
If it's in the minutes, I could bring it back to Beth, once it,
I guess it's a meeting, it's 3 of us.
Yeah.
We're gonna publish it, right? You're gonna
Yep,
publish it?
yep,
So-
I have to put it on the website that you're doing a site walk, and somebody has to take minutes during the site walk.
Probably
So
gonna call
it's-
Mike Dahlberg and let him know we're doing a site walk.
Yeah,
So tomorrow's too short of a notice. Monday night or
Yeah.
Tuesday night?
You don't work Mondays.
I do now.
Tuesdays.
I'm gonna
better
have
for me.
Fridays off,
How do you rate?
because I'm gonna work with Naomi. So Naomi wants somebody downstairs, she's upstairs, so
let's do Tuesday night. Tuesday
I'll be
night?
Friday off.
Tuesday?
Tuesday?
Yeah,
What's the date, Tuesday?
Tuesday.
17th? No, 18th?
August 18th?
This Tuesday's the 18th.
At the site at what time? 4:30? 4 o'clock?
I can do 3:30.
3:30? 3:30? 3:30, going once,
Sounds good to me.
sold. All right, I'll call, you said Mike Dahlberg and Gary, right?
Yep.
And I'll put it out to the other board members.
And can you bring a copy of,
The landscape bond?
The
Amount?
original?
give us a copy of the landscape? We don't need a copy. We need know what the landscape
I'm gonna,
bond
yeah, I
amount
gotta,
is.
to ask Beth.
And a copy of the,
You're gonna keep those minutes with you?
we'll keep
Okay.
those minutes. But I need a copy of the, I don't want this letter, 'cause that's,
Copy of what?
the plan.
Which, the original one?
No,
The phasing one?
yes.
Yes, I have that. I will bring that with me. And then I had a question about, you know the little building next to Snell Auto? That little white house there?
Yeah, it used to be Ware Realty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He, and the scope of work in the site plan, what he wants to do doesn't fit that scope of work, but I just wanna make sure that I'm doing the building permit for it, it'll be covered under that, but what he wants to do is just square it off.
So the part on the left, he's going bigger. Yes.
Nope, parking lot staying the same, landscaping staying the same,
Part of the building on the left is going to be bigger, yes.
yep. So he's squaring it off,
A 2-foot by 20-foot addition.
yep.
What's he doing with it?
Remove the 18 by 20 portion of the building that is sitting on blocks, put a foundation and rebuild the 20 by 20. So it's 18 by 20 now or 18 by 24, so it's a 2 by what?
2 by
What was
20.
it? Yeah. I mean, just because it's commercial, I'm just double checking. It doesn't meet any of your scope of work for site plan, but,
That a separate lot?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a tiny lot.
it's less than 100 square feet, there's no parking, it's no significant impact, no traffic, no circulation. It's just new construction, 68 square feet total.
Yeah, but what's he, I mean, he's got running water in there?
Yeah, there's water in there.
There's water in there, yep.
I think one bathroom.
It looks like he's putting in a new, replace septic and drill new well, and vinyl siding on the building. I mean, it's just
Okay.
total renovation of it, but it's not really anything to do with your scope of work, but it is a commercial project, so I just wanted to make sure.
Sounds good to me.
What's he using it for?
I think he wants to rent it out. They own it. Did they always own it? Or is this new?
No, they didn't always own it.
Oh,
They definitely didn't always own it because
Or Elliott used to be there.
That's on and off the market for
Oh.
the last 10 years.
does planning board do this? I know other towns do, I don't know if you do.
a 10-year transportation improvement plan, nope.
Okay. And how about when Hilburn just got paved and, do I have to answer them and say no?
That's why I didn't drop it.
But is there any other boards in town that usually fill this out for anything?
I don't have any
If
idea.
anybody wants any traffic count or anything?
I would assume Benji.
Yeah, you might want to check with Benji.
Okay,
Could be the, I think he isn't, he's done traffic count once in a while with him, I think.
okay, I'll give it to him, see if he wants it. Hilburn just got paved, and I think he's gonna be having the town,
All that's down Twin Bridge.
Yes.
yep. Does the planning board do anything with that? Do I need to
Yeah,
do
we do a
anything?
final site walk
You do a final sidewalk, okay.
whenever he asks the
With,
town to take over
with
the
the
road.
highway, or,
No,
just by
usually
some-
with the developer. But after Keach's last inspection,
that's Keach's inspection, well, that was his,
'cause they do,
I don't know if he's done his final one, though. Sidewalk. But this is after final,
paving began, cul-de-sac at 420. Wow,
after final inspection from Keach, you said? Okay,
yes.
I'll let you know when that is.
today for Mr., what's his name, Quirk? Is that his name?
Yes.
Started payment at 4:30?
In the afternoon?
Yeah. No, because Gary Fitzgerald should, hopefully, ask the selectmen to take over the.
I'm assuming that's the next step for him, but I
And
wanted to be
usually
on
we
top of
have,
that.
usually Keats is gonna say, yeah, we'll release the bond, but we're gonna wanna hold whatever the maintenance bond is for a couple of years, yabba-dabba do.
Okay,
And then the selectmen ask us to go look at it, and make a recommendation to the,
okay.
that's after they go and backfill the shoulders and all that kind of regrade the shoulders and all that stuff.
Is that what they still have to do?
He didn't say anything, he just said they paved.
Okay.
If they just paved, then they gotta do something to back it up.
Yeah, they gotta bring some gravel on the shoulders.
So they still have work to do before it comes.
Yep, then they gotta gravel the shoulders and probably final loam and seeding for the rest of the right of way.
Probably.
Good, I didn't know what happened next, or what you guys needed to do, so that's good. Thank you. Minute, I guess that's it for me.
You sure? You heard the lady, I don't know if she heard us, but,
Just a minute.
oh, that's February 13th, I don't want those minutes, I want July 9th minutes.
July 9th?
Yes. No, I haven't read them yet.
I did, but I was looking for, when did you send them?
So she sent them twice.
I did?
Yeah, I thought so.
I sent them twice because you probably didn't get them the first time.
And the cool thing is Courtney always sends them to me once too, so I had them 3 times.
Oh,
That's great, 'cause I can't lose them that way.
I just figured you're the chair.
I appreciate it.
I don't even know this
The
was what
29th.
they do.
Oh, I
So-
just sent it to you guys and Naomi.
And the
My
23rd.
planning board group is everybody, so.
Yeah, they are.
Otherwise,
29th I
when
found.
do hit planning board to send it to everybody, Greg gets it again. so.
Yeah, maybe I should.
Good.
I don't wanna send it to everyone.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
You notice I'm holding the motion.
Yeah. I do like that.
I mean, I'm just mimicking you.
But I get a lot of calls, but people would go, do you know when the planning board approved the subdivision, blah, blah, blah? So if I look just for a motion, I can say,
Yeah.
oh, it was approved. So it just
Anything I can do to help them.
makes it easier, thank you.
I try really hard, I don't know.
Yes, it does.
Some things I don't understand, you know, like the logistics of the terminology of things you're using, like hammerhead, whatever that you guys were saying.
That's a
I'm not
turnaround.
familiar with that, you know what I mean? Things like that.
If you ever go down, a subdivision that, cul-de-sac, they call it cul-de-sac, and it like stops just like this,
Yeah,
this is the
Yeah.
hammerhead.
yeah, okay,
Sometimes there's a turnaround.
Yep.
Cul-de-sac. Benji here, this town, he prefers a hammerhead.
oh, I see.
Do you know if they got their
We're in the
DOT
town.
permit number?
Yes, yes, they did.
They did? Only correction I see is next meeting should be the 13th, not the 11th.
I don't know what my problem was, I'm sorry.
February 13th, I mean, July
August
13th.
11th and it's
Oh.
13th.
Yeah.
Wow, after thoughtful consideration.
Where did it,
After thoughtful consideration.
Is that about you?
No, it was Bryce Chair.
oh,
Wasn't
I
me.
see.
Oh.
She wouldn't give me any credit like that.
You notice I sound surprised when I said, is that
Yeah.
about you?
It was like a.
That's summary.
We're meeting the second floor, huh? Okay. Isn't porta potty, port
Yeah,
dash
IE.
A dash potty?
Plus it should be IE.
Yeah.
Well, I think I saw that too, porta potty.
That's all I saw. Since she doesn't think thoughtful consideration.
Rose is still reading.
It's number 7 on page 2.
I see.
I'll get mine out of my filing cabinet, just in case.
You can leave it in there.
On July 13th, you misspelled development, by the way. Or February 13th.
February 13th, yeah. Way back in February.
We're gonna make a motion, we approve the minutes as amended.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Abstain? So I gotta work more on private road.
I gotta work on subdivisions, building road,
What?
sidewalk. If I have to work.
Where are we gonna meet for that site? By that new building?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right in the development.
Right next to the cistern.
No,
Oh, it's
outside-
not near the
outside,
cistern.
we don't care about the
That's
system.
not our problem. What's wrong with it?
Well said.
You gonna adjourn?
Is that a motion?
Yes.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? We quit.